Hola, ¿cómo estás? It is Sunday, August 11th, 1:01 a.m. This is for week 32. You should be able to hear all types of buggies in the background. I'm feeling pretty good right about now. My sleep schedule is all over the place. I woke up today at like 4 p.m. After staying up for way too long and not literally nodding off and not being able to see straight last night for whatever reason. I ended up just pushing myself to stay up much longer than was natural for me, but I still feel good. Also, I really wanted to. I kind of wanted to push this back, doing this particular log or whatever, because not a lot happened. So, but it's Saturday already, so I don't want to push it back super late. So I'm just trying to get it out of the way. So that being said, I currently owe myself. I wrote down negative 16 sets and posts for the week. But it's really 14. I'm just doing the math live in my head right now. And I can't believe this because I just listened to my thing from last week. I actually accumulated more than 16 hours. In addition, if I'm not mistaken, in addition to the 2 hours a day. So I did 16 hours over 14 hours to push my hour accumulation to over 40 hours. Which when I actually looked at that, I was like, what? That's insane. Pat myself on the back for that. That is the main priority that I mentioned last week. The main thing that I need to do to prepare for this potential trip is to get that number to 120, and it's happening. So I'm pretty happy with that. As you can see, that number is technically, I just said it's Sunday, right? Which is the last day of the week for me, the way that I'm doing this. And I owe 14 sets. I think I'll probably end up doing a lot in the next couple days. I'll just put it like that. I might double them up. I might do like 2 sets at a time, and then maybe disperse the posts or something like that. But I'm gonna basically ensure that by, I'm keeping track. I know what I'm doing. But the point is, I did take an extra day off, and that's with the extra day off. So I actually dinged myself for, I want to say it was like Tuesday last week, which is when I read up and purchased, vapes, and I bought 3 vapes and some psilocybin mushroom gummies, and 2 bottles of wine is what I bought for like 120 total. And that day I drank about 4 glasses of wine, had a conversation with my brother and whatever. So I said, okay, that day I didn't work out. I don't plan on making that day up, basically. So that owing that 16 is with removing like 3 or something like that. And I had some that I still owed from last week. It's a whole thing, but I dinged myself for that Tuesday, and then I basically used my credit card to give myself credit for this week. And I just have to like really quickly kind of catch it up. I'm well on my way today. I did 2 and 2 already. And also 3 hours, but that's neither here nor there. So, I sent the settlement demand on Tuesday morning. Technically, it was a little bit after midnight, but if I was in California, it still would have been Monday, so no big deal. I was very happy with it. The research that I did kind of informed the number that I chose, which is 15K, which is much lower than the initial claim, but still very high. And honestly, I don't think I could go lower. I don't think it got to the point where I don't think I can accept lower, actually. In good conscience, because the damages are like, I could prove like very empirically, if you will, that I'm owed more than at least 8,000. It's like at least 8,000, and there's a whole lot of shit that I was subject to other than that, and so that number is like a low number actually for me. But I didn't think they'd be happy to hear it, but it's like maybe they would give it to me. You know what I mean? Based off of how things are going. But the response was disheartening, because basically it wasn't like disrespectful and bad or nothing like that. It wasn't like he came out of left field and said some rude shit, but the response was quick. He just said thank you for the offer, for the demand, right? And then asked me what was inaccurate, and he sent me he's like, thank you, and can you please make it clear to me what it is that is inaccurate on your report. And there's like a fucking typos in there. It's like there's a thing that double spaced, 2 spaces. Like, you can't even type an email, bro. A professional email. This is a legal matter. I felt disrespected, bro. Honestly, what I expected was maybe an unhappy response, but some type of counter offer. He didn't counter offer at all. He just asked me a dumbass question, because and it's like, I don't even feel the need to answer this question, because it just shows, like, just for me to kind of get into his mind state as to why he's asking this question is bothering me. Because the response that I would end up saying is something like, with all due respect, sir, your question is idiotic, and the answer is inside of my demand, and I'm trying not to be rude and offensive and be offended, you know what I mean? But so it's like, I don't even think that warrants a response, because if it ever came down to it, it's like, well, look, if you actually read the demand, you'd see that the entirety of of what you're reporting, the whole thing, you know what I mean? And I wanted to say that, but it's like, I already did, and I think he's just being a dumbass. So I'm not gonna bother going back and forth with him. It's just, I know what they're trying to do, because the other one's trying to do it too. They're trying to bring the price down by making it as petty as possible, and all up to the point of me not even having a case, not even having a leg to stand on, not even being able to bring about legal action. So the place that we're at now, I think he's trying to make it a case about something it's not, because when people are in, like, I'm sure, he deals with these types of cases all the time where they're baseless and the person is just, frivolously filing, trying to get something removed without any knowledge. So he could dictate the pace and kind of dictate what we're talking about, right? The frame around the actual suit, right? This person wants to get this removed, And for us, they're going to use the same tricks, which is we quote unquote have to report accurate information, which is like a very deceptive thing to say because it has the "we have to" in it. We have to do accurate information, which is true. If you report, you have to, but you don't have to report. So that's the deception that's taking place. And yeah, they're trying to talk about like there's no you have to specify the inaccuracies or whatever, and what the inaccuracies are, and it's like, what I know is that I made it clear that you had inaccurate. I'm not trying to theory craft right now, but basically, I made it clear that you had inaccuracies multiple times, and you apparently investigated, and in your investigation, you every time I think about it, I just feel more sure of myself. And he's trying to do the opposite. I know that. He's trying to scare me and make me feel like I don't have a leg to stand on. But it's like, brother, I'm knowledgeable about the situation, and every time you talk, it seems like a desperate attempt to and it's like, this is not gonna go well for you, bro. So I thought that he might jump at the 15K, and I'd be really happy. I'd be like, all right, boom, we win. You know what I mean? Because realistically, it could be bad. So it's just about preparation at this point. I need to, provide the evidence, which I have. Like, it literally is gonna, this kind of goes into another point that I have about procrastination and whatnot, and me doing the bare minimum. But I have been keeping an eye on everything, and basically I know where all of this stuff is. I know where all of my evidence is, and I know, it'll take me not a full day, not an evening, it'll take me like 4 to 8 hours maximum to get it all done. So it's not something that I am in a huge rush to do. But my time is coming. Monday is the due date for him, and then I think it's also the due date for my response. And then, while I'm doing that, I'll probably just work on Discover at the same time, which has me doing less right now, which is cool. But yeah, that's where we're at with that. It's like, they're just making me, I don't even know how to explain it. And I don't really want to. I'm just kind of like, I think this is not uncommon in the legal realm, because it's basically like just people trying to gaslight each other. When somebody's lying, when somebody's like, whatever, the only thing that works is just like completely controlling the narrative and frame, so that to try to influence how the person is looking at it. And there's two disagreements, right? People disagree, so we see it very differently. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's that uncommon to just not understand what the opponent is like saying, how they could view it that way, especially in this circumstance when you know that they're completely disingenuous because they're lawyers and that's what they're being paid to do. They don't have any skin in the game. I am actually a party to this problem, and I am an actual person with an actual experience that took place and actual suffering. So I know the ins and outs of the whole thing, and everything that I'm saying is genuine, whereas he is a paid individual arguing on behalf of someone who is just heartless and doesn't, and just greedy as fuck, and all that good stuff. So it shows. Anyway, over this weekend, in the next couple days, I'm going to have to basically put the nail in the coffin. I don't plan on talking to them anymore, because I know it's like you are not prepared to deal with me. Period. You're not prepared to deal with me. I'm sure you're good enough to deal with the majority of consumers who represent themselves, and you can like gaslight them and shift and jive into whatever, like make them think that they don't know what the fuck they're talking about, or make them think that it's something that it's not. The evidence that I receive from them, it's like, dude, this is evidence in my favor. Like, I don't even know how, I mean, what is this? Your fucking investigation? That's why. You know what I mean? So anyway, um, in short, brother, I am asserting that the whole of it is inaccurate. And if you read the demand, you would know, you would see that, because I'm asking that the whole thing be deleted, not, oh, the name be adjusted or the address be adjusted. That's not what I'm asking. I'm asking you to remove the whole thing. I'm asserting you don't have the right to put it there, which means it's inaccurate. So, and then also pointing out the fact that there's other, and brother, there's like 17 things that are on my claim that he doesn't address. He doesn't address it in the dispositive motion. He doesn't address it when he was speaking to the arbitrator. He's like, it's literally, there is no substance to anything that he's saying. So it's a little bit annoying. So we're just gonna have to keep going, and I have to prepare to like really lay it on the judge when it comes to damages. Be like, well, these are the things that I went through as a result of, you know, this company's whatever. So anyway, I also been playing some Stormgate and watching some Stormgate, and I think I'm having a change of heart about it. I'm starting to appreciate the ability to grow. Basically, there's a lot of optimizations that could take place that would lead to a lot of wins. There's a lot of discoveries to be made, and it's also a calmer game. It approaches solving SC2's problems differently from Battle Aces. Battle Aces simplifies the game, just like the dynamics of the game, so that it's more user friendly. Whereas Stormgate, I think they actually made it more complex in some ways, like bigger maps, creep camps, and like weird upgrades, and the technology resource. The resource gathering is more complex. So all of that is actually, it's more complex, which leads to more potentials for discovery, right? But it also leads to more opportunities for balance issues, and the way that they, yeah. So, but yeah. So it has more vastness. It's more of a vast world, and what they do is they make it the slower to kill time, so that you don't lose your units in the blink of an eye without looking, which makes it more user friendly, and like the pace. So to me, it literally is the opposite of Battle Aces, and with StarCraft in the middle. StarCraft's in the middle. You have like the fast-paced, just craziness going on, but like simplified down. They're both trying to make it more user friendly, but one is like simplifying it down so it's still it's like way faster, but it strips it down so much that there is, a cost to that user friendly whatever, but it's still very fun, and I think I appreciate that one more. But if I'm not gonna play if I'm gonna play an RTS or whatever and macro up, Stormgate is an option. So it has a place, and I think that it's gonna have success after seeing some, like Tasteless was holding a tournament, and Clem was playing and the Laser was playing, and there's like, oh, okay, this is promising. There's a lot of potential. So that's how I feel about that right now. I did a little bit of tidying up my room. I have a garbage bag of garbage still in there. I just want to, I didn't finish up, but I did take all the dishes out, and I put all the garbage away, or garbage in a bag. I still need to vacuum, and I still need to, like actually wipe everything down and all that. So, but I did do a little bit of tidying up. I purchased a monthly thing to this thing called Natural Reader. which is basically it's like a better version of Jammable for me, because Jammable is like a toy. It's not really what it used to be, I guess, because people were using it to make AI Drake songs, but it got purchased by somebody, and I think they watered it down and kind of, nerfed it or something. But it doesn't do it very well. It cost me $8 a month, and realistically, I was just using it to like read. I was doing text to speech mostly, so I'm probably gonna cancel that. Because I got the Natural Reader. Yeah, Natural Reader, you could put in, like, I have 2 long ass pieces of text that are like an hour long each, and it doesn't give me any problems, and it saves it and all that good stuff. So, and you could download them as MP3s. The other one has like a 2,500 character limit. This one has like a 50,000 character limit. And I don't know if there's any other limitations or anything like that. So, that's kind of just, I might just get rid of Natural Reader. But it's really nice. It does its job very well. Basically, like, I'll still use Google Translate for super outrageous shit or something very small real quick, just to like, okay, this is like a 15-second, couple sentence thing I want said. Then I'll just like Google Translate, screen record, and then, turn it into a button on the soundboard. But this one is really great for, like, if I have long conversations with ChatGPT and it, is generating all these responses or whatever. I could scroll through ChatGPT and have it read each response in a row, or I could copy and paste them into a document and then turn that into like I've generated like tens of pages doing that. And yeah, then you get like an hour or 2 of audio that you just completely created in a number of different voices. I have a favorite voice. It's pretty cool. So that's kind of how, like, I did 8 hours yesterday. I did 3 hours today on just one individual. Like, I just was creating, a kind of a fantasy scenario in my head with ChatGPT that's like, plausibly deniable, meaning it's clean enough. And then just turn that into a thing. I did 3 hours just on that one person. I don't even know what happened on the 8 hours. I was so gone, but like, it's just the next level. It's a really, it's weird to say, but like, I'm making a lot of progress in that realm. And I need to give myself credit for that, because it's easy to, like I said at the beginning, like, oh, nothing really happened. But meanwhile, I did 30 hours. Like, that's a lot, man. That's a fucking lot. I can't even believe that. That's just insane. That is insane. I don't even know how that's possible, bro. That's like damn near a full-time job. That's crazy. But it's not forced. I'm doing my thing. Anyway, I got my YouTube queue. I updated my YouTube queue for, like, I did like 4 videos, and the last one of that little chunk goes out tomorrow. There's no reason I shouldn't be posting. They're not getting views though, so maybe I'm not missing out on anything. But I need to be posting every day, and then I need to start posting Stormgate again, and yeah, all that stuff. But I did put some stuff on my YouTube queue. It's hurting my Habit Bull score. I think I was at a place where I could barely get an A if I would have done everything, including the YouTube videos. But now, with the way things are, I think I can only get a high B for the year, which is still great. So like I said, I made a drug purchase. I purchased 3 vapes, one of which seems to not be working. Not that I care really, but just mentioning that. And then some gummies, some psilocybin gummies that I got. That day I drank like 2 glasses of wine and played music for a couple hours before I called my brother. I also took the last of my candy bar, my fusion bar. that same day. So I listened to music, and then like around 10, I was like trying to go hang out with someone, or yeah, basically. So I ended up calling Noah, have a conversation with him, and we literally just talked about fucking everything. Like actually, we literally were just I was it was every subject, family stuff, music, um, plans, how things are in the present, what happened with my birthday, which by the way I made it through the whole birthday situation without an issue. Um, YouTube Q. Okay. Yeah. Then I had like a little sippy sip another time this day, another time this week, and I made 2 very on theme, nameless songs. Actually, 1.5. I need to record another verse to one of them. It's weird to me. It's a mixed bag because I think what it is that I just have higher expectations for the songs when I hear the beats, because the beats are fucking crazy. Like the theme, when I talk about the theme, it's like the beat is half of that. Then the other half is me, the tone, like, the tone of my delivery and the subject matter of what I'm saying. And yeah, I think it's just like I'm being a little bit ambitious about what I'm trying to do, and I'm being a little bit more purposeful, and and all that good stuff. So I think that's why I feel a little bit how I feel, but I think in general it's pretty good. The whole idea in general is good. So now we get to the part where I was mentioning before, I'm doing the bare minimum, and procrastinating. Like, like I said, I really haven't been doing much. I've been very focused on sessions, and in between that, probably mostly nothing. I think I'll think about music a lot, and make music here and there, and then a lot of like planning and plotting going on, especially when I'm high. Which, by the way, there's been no shortage of that. It's constant, pretty much. What was I gonna say? Yeah, a lot of planning and stuff, and like I said, I'm keeping my eye on stuff. So I haven't registered for school, but I know I have. But I know enough to know. It's not like I'm not looking. I know that I have a couple weeks to do that. I didn't just like let the deadline pass. And then kind of the same thing with the arbitration stuff. It's like, well, it needs to get done like now. Same thing with the working out. It's like, well, if we're gonna give ourselves credit for this week, there's a lot that needs to get done in the next couple days, basically. Like even now, I have this. I use the initial post park trick for both of my classes on Wednesday, and today is officially Sunday, and I still haven't actually taken the 10 minutes it takes to generate the initial posts for those classes, which is really stupid. But yeah, no missed dates yet. Keeping an eye on everything. Doing the absolute bare minimum, basically. And I'm kind of tired of it. Honestly, I've been hoping for that second wind to come, but instead I ended up like basically needing to. I don't know about needing to, but I didn't want to go without weed when I ran out, and I was like, okay, well, we're gonna do all of it. You know what I mean? We're gonna try to assimilate this into our life and see how it goes. But which is not what I expected, but we'll see. We'll see. I think part of this is because I'm considering staying as well. I'm not like busy during the day making phone calls and making plans, all hype and whatnot like that yet. So we will see. Besides the hour accumulation part that I've been sticking to, which is it's like I have two things going on. I think it's like, okay, I want to my prep, like part of the preparation is to do this accumulation thing, but yeah, there's just like this weird mix of conflicting things kind of going on. Yeah, so there's a bunch of people visiting soon, which is weird, very weird. But we're gonna have, I think basically everybody, which is kind of interesting because I was talking about leaving to avoid people, and they're all coming now. It's very strange. It's almost like they know. It's weird, but yeah, no, everybody's visiting. Tio Tony and his wife. I believe my grandfather and my grandmother from my dad's side. My cousin's kids, just like everybody, basically. Over the next like 3 weeks, my aunt just moved here. My brother just moved here. And then now there's gonna be like this, and I don't know if I'm gonna have to like give up my room, which is really throw me off. But you know, I am also preparing for that as well, and that is it. So I need to clean the room. That's also part of that preparation. I need to make the Amazon purchase because mostly because I need paper, or like I'm gonna end up. It's one of two things. I'm going to start a new journal. So if I'm going to start using the legal pad, I need to purchase it now. If not, I can just do it on notebook paper. Like I'll just start a new notebook or whatever, which is completely fine. But yeah, I need to make that Amazon purchase. There's kind of like no reason not to, and you know, it's a lot of grooming shit and you know, things like that. We'll see. So like I said, I need to make sure that I do the arbitration stuff. I think realistically, it should be about done by Monday because of the deadline for the evidence and the dispositive motion. It makes it to where I have to prepare, and being and in the process of preparing for the one, I'm preparing for the other one, and then it's just like, I think after I do that, it's literally just evidential hearings for both, like actual final hearings, just a month away, basically. Which is crazy. I'm also thinking about TRW and home and hand wholesaling. Like, it's just on my mind, especially TRW. I'm really thinking about starting TRW again. And honestly, I'm starting to feel a little bit like I just need to do anything kind of play. Like, you know, like I said, you know, the 30 hours or whatever is great, but like, that doesn't account for the other 30 hours. You know what I mean? Like, even though there's a tendency for, it's like to do the one or the other. That's what I mean. Like, I need to do both. I need to like be learning and studying and all that stuff, and then doing my 4 hours, which means I need to cut out all of that in between shit, basically, and be more deliberate with my time. Which is, I think TRW would help with. You know, there's like motivational stuff and, you know, inspiration, new information, stuff like that. I think that's probably the best thing that could really like spark me being more productive. Like, I think a lot of the stuff that I would have been getting from TRW if I was in it right now, whatever effect, like, you know, it's kind of like I internalized it, but it's been a while. So that like motivating kind of tone and getting up off my ass and being really organized and all that stuff that I would be getting from them, I'm not I'm not getting it, and it's kind of weird. The effect of having that mentality barraged at me for a year or so is kind of wearing off. So I want to be, I don't want to be, high at night, like Gremlin playing RTS with like dirty ass room. I want to be like clean, professional, and all that stuff. It doesn't, just because I'm doing the long ass sessions and smoking weed does not mean that I want to be like dirty, in the dark and late and quiet and lazy and all that stuff. I'm not saying that's exactly what it is, but it's tending in that direction a little bit. Digital checkpoint, registering for school and GoDaddy refund. I have written down here. I think I did a pretty good job. This one's about the same length as the other one. Last final little notes or thought here. We are doing a fantastic job with our hours, and I believe that that'll continue because I've made a decent amount of discoveries around it where I feel like it's easy. It's so easy, in fact, that in the last couple of days, it's lent itself to an extreme amount of spending my time in there, and I honestly would like to do it more. I was thinking about today. I was like, wow, I just did that. It was basically 4 hours, and it was nothing. And then if I streamed for 4 hours, that's another thing. And then if I worked on a song for another 4 hours, that's another thing. And I still have 4 hours, so that other 4 hours, that's HRW or TRW or H or Hold My Hand Wholesale, you know what I mean? But what was I gonna say? I'm gonna walk through this light and then turn around. I don't want this to be too long. What the fuck am I gonna say? Yeah, we're doing a great job. Whatever. But yeah, I need to be waking up at 10 a.m. That's like one of the main adjustments that needs to happen. And I need to start. I just need to tighten up. Right now, I'm being real dismissive about the importance of, routine, and it doesn't feel great too. That's another thing. Is like, okay, now I'm gonna do my hour session. Boom. It's not really spontaneous or romantic or anything like that. It's just like very deliberate and scientific and cold. So that kind of complicates things too, but we're all right, bro. We're all right. I kind of keep talking about how if I just keep going to school and handling my business, that just that by itself does it. You know what I mean? So, but I am craving like that proper organization and looking forward to something, and having a real plan. Even though, like I am doing that to a certain extent, but just not enough, I guess. Let me shut up. I appreciate you. Love you. Talk to you later. That's week 32.